It was a cold winter night in 2012, late December or early January. I was working at a call center for an ISP. Waking up in the afternoon had become routine. I was the regular sinner of the 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. shift. That night, like every other, the office car dropped me off. The time was exactly 1:50 a.m. My grandparents had weak hearts, so even the faintest noise after dark was forbidden. Moving like a ghost myself, I crept in through the gate, climbed to the attic on the 4th floor, and entered my room. Dinner was waiting. Cold rice, thick lentils and beef. I finished it quickly, then washed my face, changed clothes, and checked the clock. 2:06 a.m. For many, it was the dead of night. For me, it had just begun. There was a full moon in the sky, round and silver, like an upside-down plate. I wrapped a shawl around me, lit a gold leaf, and stepped onto the rooftop. Beside our building lay the vast sandy ground of Asian City, glowing in the moonlight. The wind blew wild and cold. It was one of those nights when you could post on Facebook, "Life is beautiful." Lost in the moment, I didn't notice the cigarette burn on my finger. It brought me back to reality. I cursed, laughed at myself, and turned to go back downstairs. Then I saw it. In the thick, heavy darkness, I froze, my eyes locked on the door, and my entire body turned to ice. I've known fear before. I've been in situations where death was just a breath away. But even in those moments, my mind stayed calm, sharp, controlled. But this was different. Even my thoughts froze. Yes, I have poor eyesight. People often say, "You must have seen it wrong." But not this time. Under the moonlight, through the door crack, I saw it. Clearly, unmistakably. What was it? Even now I can't describe it fully. Maybe a Jinn, maybe a spirit, maybe something that shouldn't be seen. That night, I got my answer. Ghosts aren't always stories. Sometimes they're waiting. It was taller than me by about half an arm's length. Bathed in moonlight, its figure, wrapped in a white burial shroud, was clear. Too clear. From head to toe, it was covered, as if the shroud had just been wrapped around a corpse, fresh from a ritual bath. For the first time in my life, the hair on the back of my neck stood up. I stared at it, my disbelieving eyes fixed. My mind wasn't working. No, scratch that. My mind was overworking. 80% fear, 20% panic, death, prayer, and desperate flashes of forgotten verses. I, like any average Friday Muslim, had a good 20 surahs memorized. They came automatically during prayers, but now? Nothing. Not a single word. Not even a letter in Arabic. My head was a train of chaos. What is that? Oh God, what is that? What do I do? Should I jump from the roof? The building next door is just 2 floors. If I close my eyes and jump, maybe I'll just break a leg, not die. Oh God, what is this thing? Noyon, stop looking at it. Look away. For the love of God, look away. It's not real. You're hallucinating. You know that surah. What was it again? Damn it. Damn it all. Why is it not leaving? I'm scared. It should leave if I'm scared. Go away, go away. Please, God, what do I do now? But not a single sound came out of my mouth. Not a single word. Then it moved. It floated toward me. I never once thought to look at its feet. I was hypnotized, locked on its face. And yes, it was coming closer. I wanted to scream, to tear the sky open with my voice, but all that came out was a faint, broken groan before everything went black. When I woke up, the darkness was still there, so I closed my eyes again. The left side of my head throbbed in pain. My chest pounded like a war drum, a mix of Brazilian samba and Indian dhol. I made a decision. I would not open my eyes, no matter what. My left hand was pinned beneath me. I moved it slightly, just enough to feel, yes, the cigarette pack was still in my pocket, and the matchbox too. It gave me comfort. Believe me, I can light a cigarette in a rickshaw during a monsoon. But that night, it took what felt like eternity to light one. When the burnt smell of tobacco finally reached my nose, I inhaled deep and coughed with joy. My head started to clear, logic returned, and with it, Ayatul Kursi, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. I whispered it twice, then again louder. With another drag of the cigarette, I made up my mind. I'd get up. First, I'd light a match, look toward the direction where that thing had stood. If it was still there, I'd run. 2 steps, jump to the roof next door. If it wasn't, I'd bolt into my